I teach technology, so I teach in a new format where I teach a range of aspects of technology, which is product design, electronics, a bit of programming, and the making aspect. So if we just looked at one context, each student comes up with their own individualised learning outcome, and they do that in conjunction with communicating to their stakeholders. So there's a link in then with the community, with the student, and it's their own learning context. They take ownership. They are more empowered towards their own learning, and they also have deeper learning outcomes because they're communicating back to their stakeholder as well.
I guess to make school interesting is to make sure that students are able to research or look into things that they are interested in. Obviously, so many different children, so many different interests, things that they want to do, things that they want to research or find out. So it's, I think, one of the ideas would be giving you guys the opportunity to, really look into your passions and find out that little bit more, maybe find out those things that you're wondering about.
To make school more interesting for our students, we have deconstructed the main school day. So instead of separating it into hours where we teach literacy and numeracy, we run a slightly more high school, secondary school focus model in which the students turn up to different classes at different times during the day. So they might have a literacy lesson at 9 till 10, and then they might have some independent time, and then they might not have their maths lesson until 12 o'clock. And then we usually save our inquiry topics, social sciences and things for the afternoons after lunch. So we are working on collaborative learning as well as independent learning. So we have started an ARCO system in which the students have to earn a total amount of points during the week for completing a range of independent and collaborative tasks, including follow-ups for lessons. Might be things to do that tie in with their technology lessons that they have during the week. And we're also working on creating tasks that focus on multiple intelligences and how they can build themselves up as learners.
We try and make school interesting all the time, so we let students have quite a bit of control of topics they do. After they've done the inspiration into the topics, they have quite a bit of flexibility into their inquiry, how they're going to do that, who they're going to do it with, and sort of when they're going to do that as well. So we believe that students should have quite a bit of control over their learning. We've made lots of changes, especially recently. So in 2 weeks' time, we have a brand new build opening up, and it's a collaborative space that most of the students are moving into. So there's been lots of changes around students owning their learning and lots of scaffolding and frameworks for that, and lots of changes for the teachers as they get used to working with each other as well. There's lots of ways that we're doing that. Part of it is changing the physical environment. Part of it is changing the way that we are teaching for children so it's more engaging for them. Part of it is changing the feeling within the school so that everyone's part of the Taitapu team.
What I found interesting about their school is that they do things in a completely different way to most other schools. It's very much about students deciding how they want to learn and what they want to learn, and the teachers there just support them in their journey to get where they want to go. Well, I think one thing that we'll do is just have a look at how we can personalise learning a little more at our school. So children coming up with their own goals for themselves rather than the school telling them what they should learn, and then seeing if we can't set up some systems where we can help them, and so can their parents and so can their peers.
We get lots of choice in our hub. We get I can't really think of anything we do where we don't get choice. Most of the time you get to choose how you learn, and sometimes you get to choose what you learn. For example, Art Week. Last term we did art, so for a whole week in the afternoon we just did art for a whole week. So at the start we all choose a topic Nikki did word art, Tracy did optical illusion art, and Jared did street art. And I think that really engaged the students to do well in their art because they chose something that they were interested in.
So yeah, that goes through for most of our learning. So even things where you have to do something, somewhere through there you'll be able to choose. Like for reading, we have to just choose a person that has influenced our life. We had to do that, but we get to choose how we presented it and how we researched that person. So we could like read books to find out more, or use the internet, and just all those things like that.
Yeah. And also in like maths, we get to choose. We do a topic and we get to choose if we want to learn from the teacher, or learn from a buddy who's really good at it, or learn from a video on the internet. And then we can choose how we do. We could do like an activity online, or a worksheet. And then at the start we do a pre-test, so we know what we need to work on. So we can choose what we're going to work on in that particular session, so we're not working on things that we already know, which is good.
Yeah.
So we're making the most out of our learning.
So with our like choices thing, it kind of makes like us feel as if we're more independent, and it kind of sets us up for the future where you're not going to be told what to do, and in fact it's what you want to do. And so yeah, I think that's like really helpful with what we're doing now.
Well, I think some people will think that with all the choice, people might not make the most of it and just choose stuff that they find easy and fun. But when everyone's like kind of like maturing, because we're getting all that independence and responsibility, they realise that their friends are all getting on and doing the work that they need to do and putting in hard efforts. So they kind of realise that they need to do it, and it's really good because everyone does it that way.